My name is Emily Parker. I'm 59 years old. My life is steady, not bad, not thrilling, just quietly unfolding. My husband, Ryan, retired just last month. After decades in the corporate world, he's finally learning to slow down. We've built a routine morning coffee, evening news, weekend walks. The kids are grown and living out of state. The house is quiet, sometimes too quiet. Ryan and I don't argue, we don't clash. We coexist like two old trees standing side by side. But intimacy, that physical closeness, has all but disappeared. It's not his fault. And I'm not angry. Just empty, sometimes. I used to lie awake at night, wondering if this was it. If marriage, after 30 years, was supposed to feel like silence. Then, one day, I found a postcard in the mail. A high school reunion invitation. I almost tossed it in the trash. Another gathering of old classmates exchanging stories and health updates. I wasn't interested until I saw one name written in soft blue ink. Ryan Morgan. The name stirred something deep inside me. Ryan. He was my first love. From grade school through high school, we grew up together. He was quiet, gentle, the kind of boy who never bullied, never showed off. I liked him for years. But I was too proud, too unsure of myself to say it. He never knew. And after graduation, I moved to New York, chasing college, career, life. We lost touch. I stood there in my kitchen, clutching the postcard, heart pounding. Could it really be him? I didn't tell my husband. I said I needed a short getaway. Booked a room at the hotel listed on the invitation, and packed a bag. The reunion was held in a worn but charming hotel ballroom. String lights hung from the ceiling. Soft jazz played in the background. I scanned the room for familiar faces. And then I heard it.
Emily?
I turned. He was there.
It's really you.
He looked older, silver hair, deeper lines, but his smile? That was exactly the same. Ryan, I said, breathless. Oh my God. He laughed softly, eyes full of disbelief. We hugged, a little awkwardly at first, then warmly. Something inside me cracked open. We spent most of the evening together, ignoring the catered buffet and wine. Our laughter felt effortless. We talked about school, old teachers, who married who passed away. And in between, we looked at each other like no time had passed. Do you want to get out of here? I asked. He looked surprised, then nodded.
There's a quiet restaurant I know nearby. I made a reservation. Just in case.
My heart fluttered. At the restaurant, candles flickered on the table. He ordered wine. I hadn't felt so alive in years. Everything about him, the way he listened, the way he said my name, reminded me of a version of myself I thought was long gone. Ryan, I said quietly. Can I ask you something?
Anything.
Why didn't we ever, become something back then? He paused, setting his glass down.
I thought about you all the time. But I was shy. And you seemed unreachable. Like you were meant for something bigger.
I laughed. You were always the one I wanted to talk to. We sat in silence, letting that truth settle. Ryan, I whispered, almost afraid of myself. I loved you. Back then. I just never told you. He reached across the table and took my hand.
I loved you too, Emily. Always have.
My breath caught. Then why? I stopped. My voice cracked. Why didn't you fight for me? He looked away.
I didn't think I could. I wasn't brave enough.
Tears pricked at my eyes. I guess we both were cowards, I said, smiling sadly. The wine blurred my edges. I felt warm, soft, exposed. And then, without warning, I said it. Ryan, just once. Please, hold me. His eyes widened.
Emily.
I shook my head. I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want promises. Just I want to know what it would have felt like. Just once. He stood, offered his hand.
Come with me.
We walked in silence back to his room. The hallway lights cast golden shadows. My heart thumped in my chest like a drum. Once inside, he sat on the edge of the bed while I slipped into the bathroom. I turned on the shower, trying to slow my breath. My reflection looked like a stranger blushing, terrified, alive. When I stepped out, wrapped in a towel, he stood. His eyes didn't wander. They just held me. We didn't speak. Our mouths met before our hands did. Years of silence melted into that first kiss. Every touch felt like a memory rewritten. He laid me down gently, like I was something precious.
Are you okay?
He whispered against my ear. Yes, I breathed. I am now. That night, we made love slowly, tenderly. Not as strangers, not as old lovers, but as the people we might have been. The people we never got to be. In the morning, sunlight filtered through the blinds. I woke with his arm draped across me. The scent of sleep and warmth lingering in the air. But I had to go. Back to the life I built. Back to Ryan, my husband. When I walked through the front door, he was standing in the foyer. His arms crossed. His eyes sharp.
Where have you been?
The reunion, I said, removing my shoes.
All night? You didn't call.
I lost track of time. I'm sorry.
Did something happen, Emily?
His voice trembled, not with anger, but with fear. I lied. No, just wine, dancing, too much nostalgia. He stared at me for a long moment. Then said,
If something like this happens again, I won't be able to forgive it.
I nodded. I didn't ask what he meant exactly. I didn't need to. That night, as I lay in bed beside him, my mind drifted back to the hotel. To Ryan Morgan. To his smile. To his touch. It was a mistake. A beautiful, unforgettable mistake. But it reminded me I was still alive. Still capable of wanting, of feeling. And maybe that's what I needed most.